Welcome along. The former First Minister of Scotland, Humza Yousaf, has announced that he will be stepping down as an MSP at the next election. We've come across footage here at GB News of how the general public have greeted this. It's disrespectful. Mr Yousaf's departure will be a sad loss. He says that he's going to explore new challenges, which is funny because, as you'll see, it appears that he finds most things a challenge. And he said, "I hope by becoming the First Minister of colour and first Muslim leader of a Western democratic nation, I have sent a clear message to every young person of any background who aspires to get involved in public service that you do belong and are just as deserving as opportunity as everyone else." Yeah, I mean, maybe he doesn't quite want everybody to have the same opportunities.
My portfolio alone: the Lord President, white; the Lord Justice Clerk, white; every High Court judge, white; the Lord Advocate, white; the Solicitor General, white; the Chief Constable, white; every Deputy Chief Constable, white; every Assistant Chief Constable, white; the Head of the Law Society, white.
Some may say that Mr Yousaf was an ocean-going disaster, like the ferry that he launched with Nicola Sturgeon that cost hundreds of millions of pounds, possibly didn't have an engine and allegedly had windows that were painted on. When he was Transport Minister, he was fined for driving without the correct insurance. Now, he said this was an honest mistake. When he was Health Minister, 1 in 7 Scots were on an NHS waiting list, and things were so bad under his tenure that when he became First Minister, he created a new position in his cabinet, the Minister for NHS Recovery. He's very vocal about his Muslim faith, and fair enough, but he did conveniently miss a vote on gay marriage, didn't he? Now, he said that he had an urgent meeting that he couldn't avoid and that he apparently supported equal marriage. Later, Alex Salmond accused him of coming under religious pressure, something Mr Yousaf will no doubt deny. But what about his record when he actually had the top job? Well, to be fair to Mr Yousaf, he demonstrated the same amount of competence he did in every other position he's held. Not a lot. He reportedly oversaw the contraction of the Scottish economy, missed A&E targets and spent £134,000 of taxpayers' money on 9 independence papers. Not to mention the money he controversially sent to UNRWA, £250,000 to be precise, shortly before his relatives managed to make it out of Gaza. He's denied any conflict of interest here and condemned criticism of this as Islamophobic. However, he does seem to think that quite a lot of stuff might be racist. He and his wife dropped a discrimination case against the Little Scholars Nursery School, having previously claimed that they were told that there were no places available, but children with, quote, white Scottish-sounding names were accepted. His hate crime bill saw him receive more complaints than J.K. Rowling. In the first few days, it essentially crippled Scottish police, led to allegations that they are now investigating hurty words instead of actual hardcore crime. He did, of course, resign ultimately after he sacked the Green Party from his coalition, seemingly not thinking that they would then back a motion of no confidence in him, something the wider public had been backing for many years. He is apparently only 39. So I suspect that we'll be seeing a lot more of Mr Yousaf in the future. But for now, shall we all just hold a moment's silence for the sad loss of Humza Yousaf as a political figure? Right, that'll do. GB News approached Mr Yousaf for comment earlier today. We asked him if he wanted to come on this show this evening. We asked him if he wanted to address accusations that he's failed in every political job he's ever had. And we asked him to address accusations that he might be considered a race baiter by some. We have not heard back.